Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Khairina binti Maarof, matric number I19103591. For this presentation slide, I will share with you guys about Islamic retirement planning. Islamic wealth management. What is wealth ownership in Islam? In Islamic perspective, everything belongs to Allah and we are but mere trustee. To Him, Allah, belongs all that is in the heaven and all that is in the earth. And He is the most high and the most great. Surah Ashura, surah yang ke-42, ayat yang ke-4. In Islam, the positions of trust is applied in all humans' life. With trust come with responsibilities. And spend in charity of that with which we have provided to you before death come to one of you and he says, My Lord, if only you would give me respite of a little while, in example, return to the worldly life, then I should give a sadaqah, example, zakat, of my wealth, and be among the righteous, in example, performing Hajj and other good deeds. Al-Munafiqun, surah yang ke-63, ayat yang ke-10. Islamic retirement planning. Retirement planning is to preserve the pre-retirement standards of living and adjust according to our needs and resources that are available during the retirement years. A process that helps an individual to meet their life goals through a proper management of financial resources. Life goals can include such as performing Hajj, saving for child's education, or barakah retirement years, or you can go travels, vacations around the world with your money, with your wealth that you have prepared for your retirement years. Okay. Everyone have a unique aspirations, hopes, dreams, and motivations that guide their daily life. The identifications and prioritizations of goal is where financial planning is began. Okay. At the core of a proper financial planning is the realizations of meaningful personal and financial goals. And also, we can no longer rely on the certainty safety net for our old age. Benefits like EPF are not set in a stone, and even if they were, they are not likely to provide enough for the lifestyles that we like to enjoy with our grandchild and hopefully great-grandchild. Add to the fact that we are all living longer and dependent on the income we generate throughout our working life for many more years than previous thought. Clearly, retirement planning is vital. After all, we have to think about how much we will need when we retire, how to achieve enough retirement income to enjoy the lifestyle that we want for our later years, and what the government will have to contribute, if any possible. Next is the holistic approach in Islamic estate, retirement, and wakaf. So we will focus on the retirement. So there is the words like in the long run, we all that is a quite attributed to John Maynard Keynes. This catchphrase was his retable to the laissez-faire economics as a proposed by the Adam Smith, whose supporters are known as a classical economist. The idea is that rather than in the long run, everything will even out, that in the long run we all dead. So we should aggressively push to rectify economic problem with our lifestyle rather than just letting everything work itself out. Right, now let's see the different view of the conventional view of the long run and the Islamic view of the long run. First, for the conventional view of the long run, surah 45 ayat yang ke-24, and they, non-believer, says there is nothing but our life for this life. We die eventually, and as for now we live, and nothing destroys us except the passing of time. And they have no knowledge of it, and they only conjecture. But for the Islamic view of the long run, surah ke-45 ayat ke-25 hingga ke-26, when our enlightening revelations are recited to them, the only argument against it is, bring our forefather back to life if what you say is true. Say them, Allah give you life, then causes you to die, then He will assemble you on the day of resurrection, about which there is no doubt, and most of the mankind know not. Financial planning is a creating strategies to meet life goals. For Muslim, it's cover for hereafter also, and to balance the goals of dunya and akhirah by integrating the Sharia methods and available for Muslims. To balance means making enough preparations, such as well-being of dependents, retirement years, and one's life is and hereafter via the instruments of wasiah. Okay, the use of family wakaf created while still alive or by will of a donor should be considered. If created during the lifestyle of donor, the donor can still utilize the benefit for substances and contingencies. For example, medical expenses during his retirement period. Family wakaf is not for perpetuity. Okay, the tenure is for 2 generations only. During this period, the needs of the donor's immediate family can be looked after. After the period ends, the wakaf become general. In example, the benefits goes to public. Islamic retirement planning in perspective of maqasid syariah, wealth planning or the retirement planning also actually include in syariah. Okay, it is in line with the element of maqasid syariah. Before we go through, maqasid syariah actually have 5 elements, but in the retirement planning or in this wealth planning, I will touch only 4 elements of the maqasid syariah. The 4 elements of the maqasid syariah that includes in the wealth or the retirement planning in the maqasid syariah perspective, such as like the protections of life, the protections of intellectual, the protections of al-nas, and also the most important is the protections of property. So the reason why that all the 4 elements of maqasid syariah is included as stated in the slide presentation. Alright, for this slide, it's about the instruments that we can use for our retirement planning. So, the instruments would be like ASB. You can open your ASB account, or also you can subscribe to any takaful agency for like life takaful or any investment takaful that you feel safe to invest your money for your future retirement years. Okay. And other than that, also your EPF also can become your sources of financial in the future, but as I said before, we cannot only focus only for our EPF. We must have like other plans to do, such as like I said before, is a SB account or any takaful you can subscribe, or others investment, like you can do like investment in big company such as like Nestle, Petronas or Shell and many more. Okay, last but not least, for this presentation slide, I would like to summarize that financial planning is actually creating strategies to meet our life goals, and for Muslims, it's covered the hereafter, and also it's also can be concluded with the Makasih Syariah perspective, and they have different view of conventional view and the Islamic view that we can see and we can look alright. And also for the instruments that we can use for our retirement planning, such as like ASB account, or you can subscribe any takaful agency, or you can like go to the takaful investments, or like you have a brave enough, you can try to invest in a big company, such as like I said before, like Nestle or Petronas, that you can go to invest with them, and you might have like a good graph reader, so you can invest more, and the more you invest, the more you get, and the more you get the more barakah retirement years. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. Bye. Assalamualaikum.